Blessings, everyone. I'm going to do a reading today, a little bit more extensive of a reading. Today I was catching up on some private readings. A few people have asked me, and it's kind of a new thing for me that I'm doing this, so please bear with me. I cannot do that on demand. It has to be something that I'm pulled to by spirit, and so today was a day it felt very strong, and I hope that everybody that has asked feels some kind of good message, or maybe some validation of things that we already know. But I have all my decks are out. I'm just gonna kind of show you on the table that I'm working with. I have many, and I have already previously done some smudging. I have my white sage and Palo Santo, just to kind of clear the energy out of all the oracle decks, because I've been using them and I've said my prayers beforehand. And today there's been a strong connection to a lot of animal and elder medicine. So the ancients are here, the elders have stepped forward, and they've called me to use the Archangel Oracle deck, and this one is by Diana Cooper. Also, the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. This one is by Kyle Gray, and Lily Moses is the artist. Absolutely exceptional artist. And Shamanic Medicine. This one is a collaboration for quite a few people have created this deck. So, what I'd like to do first, I'm going to do the Shamanic Medicine, is I always say thank you to Source, Creator, for allowing me to be a medium of light. And I ask all the elders, the wise ones, the spirit animals, to please step forward and help me to bring a message for our highest good. Thank you. And what I do is I also shuffle 3 times. That is for source, for spirit, and for soul. And for me, that aligns the 3. It always keeps the alignment when I'm doing the reading. And so what I do is I just pull up on the deck. Whatever cards pop out, that's how I do it. If it raises up, that's the message that I'm bringing. And this is shapeshifter perspective. And so sometimes the messages that come through, they'll guide a message. I have clairaudience, I have clairsentience, I have all the clairs. They're all very vivid. There's not anyone that's any stronger for me. So when they're bringing something through, I usually give their message along with reading a little bit from the message from the book that was intended, because I do believe that the creating the oracle deck has an imprint of energy on it already, and the message in the book is very important because that's what created this, and we are always working with creation. And so they're saying shapeshifter. They're just, the message that they want to bring through for this one is that we have to learn to be adaptable. That they know that this is an obvious thing, but it is a reminder that through these energies that we're all working with, through these shifts, I know everybody speaks about the 5D coming, and they're not putting it in that way, but they're saying through the energetic shifts and through the synchronicities that have been profound for everybody. They said everybody knows that they're being guided because the synchronicities are something that's coming through very strong right now. They want us to move with this, that they're saying that shape-shifting, being adaptable, is a part of when change comes. It's not the change itself, but it's the flow of the water. It's the movement of that. It's being able to take what we know and not isolate ourselves from each other, not isolating from ourselves from people who don't necessarily understand or agree with what we're trying to present, but to be adaptable, to be among these people and just resonate your truth, that it helps guide others to understand and to perhaps widen and broaden their perspective on things. Because if we stay in our little groups, our little communities that we've created, we're not helping those that normally maybe we wouldn't have reached. So they're saying it's okay. Take what you know, take your insight, take your light, and go into places. Maybe you're not someone who's into sports. They're saying go to a football game and sit among these people. These are our brothers and sisters. And being a shapeshifter, we can do this when we're centered in our Christ light, when we're in that light, that wholeness. There isn't anywhere that we can't be present. And that's part of this. That's part of bringing the change, is the adaptability of being amongst many, many people with differentiating ideas and concepts and perceptions, and sitting in that light and just being. And in that, just that in itself shifts the energy. And so I'm going to read from the book, Shape Shifting. To understand a troubling situation in your life, see things from a totally different perspective. Shape-shifting helps you do this. By taking on the qualities of a power animal, you will see or hear what is being conveyed with clarity. Choose an animal that suits your current needs, such as a lion for strength, a dove for peace, a wolf for protection, or a raven to understand the bigger picture. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and focus on the animal's characteristics. Breathe them into your very being. As you continue, you will become one with your animal and take on a visual journey. At first, you may find it unsettling to feel the body and the characteristics of the animal you've become, but have no fear. The insight and perspective of this animal will be of great benefit. A smooth transformation back into your own mind and body is assured. An understanding of how to resolve your dilemma will stay with you. The epic of Gilgamesh, the Norse sagas, and the Celtic legends describe the metamorphosis from a deity or a human into an animal for the purpose of employing its physical and sensory talents. This comes from a time when the relationship between animals and shamans was intrinsic to life. Listen to and observe your thoughts carefully. Listen to all the positive attributes about yourself and the world around you. Change negative words to positive ones. Be free with your compliments, gratitude, and praise. What you deem as right may not be so for another. And so they're saying that if we embody this, along with the Christ light, we have the I'm going to pull the reading for the angel animal oracles. So they're saying with whatever totems that we have, or what other animal medicines we're working with, we are using these traits where we're shape-shifting, we're centering them in our Christ light. We are becoming the wholeness of this, but we're also going and we're bringing this with us no matter where we are. And I understand that they're saying it's a natural feeling when you start to awaken and broaden your aspects and your awareness, that we want to stay conglomerated into these groups of people that we're like, of like light and like source feeling, of like understandings. But they're calling all of us now to go out there and weave in the web, this big, beautiful web. All of us are brothers and sisters of creation. Weave that light, bring them together, because you'll be surprised. Once you're centered in that, there is nothing else. You may find yourself in a situation where you're in a room full of people that makes you uncomfortable and you feel like the black sheep, and they're saying good. Because this is the true test, that you've centered in that space. Because it's going to come naturally. You're going to flow with ease. There isn't going to be that anymore. That we have to have that understanding that the shape-shifting is weaving into those moments with grace and ease and trusting what we know. And so the next deck that I'm going to be doing is the Archangel Animals. This will help guide us through the shapeshifter that calls us to center in the animal medicine. So I'm just going to do a shuffle that is for source, creator, for spirit, and for soul. Oh, okay, we'll take this one. This one is Dolphin. Live joyfully in the present. And so right away, they're bringing me right to this. We all know that the dolphins have worked in Lemuria, and they work with the universe energies, and they bring so much through on many levels, many dimensions. Their sacred song, but they're saying this coincides again with the shapeshifter card where they're saying center. This brings in the Christ light. This is the Christos. This is not a religious thing. This is the light of creation. We are God. This God spark is in us. And they're saying that when we center in this, that we can embody the medicine that the dolphin is bringing us to bring through these moments that we are doing shape shifting. And so I'm just going to quick read. They're asking me to read. Dolphins originate from Lucame, the ascendant aspect of Sirius, and carry the keys and codes of the highest frequency time of Atlantis. Their gift is to pass these into the oceans of the joy and lightness, so that anyone swimming may receive them. Despite being highly evolved, certain Atlanteans who held the sacred crystal technology that powered the continent caused its downfall. They were given the opportunity to earn redemption by taking dolphin bodies, so they could safely store the technology but not use it. To watch over them, some angels of Atlantis took dolphin bodies, and this karma ended in 2012. Now all the dolphins are wonderful healers. They raise the frequency of people to enable them to restore their own divine perfect health blueprints. They also bring through the golden ray of Christ at the 9th dimensional frequency to light up the waters, and higher love to teach echolocation. This importance of dolphins is such that an army of sharks, whales, rays, and turtles protect the sacred information they carry. And so right away they're letting me know, they're bringing through the message that this is what we are doing, this is what we're embodying. What we send out will be returned. We are sending these messages by centering in that golden light, that Christos, and going among the places that normally we would not. We have to be able to do this. We have to be able to move into that with ease. We are sending out the light just by being centered in this, by embodying the love, by trusting, by following the guidance. We have to understand that we are in the human ocean of awareness right now. The consciousness, it's eternal. We don't have to address personalities. We forgive personalities. It's just part of the story. It helps us play out the storyline here. So when we're out and we're being the shapeshifter among the people in all walks of life with many different belief systems, just know that we're raising the vibration simply by being there and seeing past the personalities, addressing the higher self, because we remember each other in that space. Okay, and the third deck that I would like to do is the Ancients and the Ancestors. I'm just going to shuffle 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and that is for Source, Spirit, and Soul. And this last one, taking the one that rises up. Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. And what is amazing is she has the cuff. And if anybody knows the story behind this, this was an incredible past life event I had that was showing me from the Atlanteans. And it's something that I wear now because of the message that it brought through. So that's the first thing that they're showing me. And so they want me to read from the book because they're saying this is the message that is true, and they will bring through anything else that they need at the time. Okay. Reap what you have sown and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Grow and expand all areas of your life. The lady is known as the Empress in the traditional tarot. It represents the goddess in her most fertile form. She is an abundant, bountiful, creative being, and she's closely connected to nature because it is her child. She represents maternal energy and has more than enough to love to give in all who need. It's nurturing. Yet she is a representation of the goddess of Venus too, and yearns for a rich relationship with her counterpart, the Lord. In this card, she holds an apple. Its seeds form a perfect pentagram, which in paganism represents the 5 elements of life. And the message is fertility, growth, and abundance are all imminent when the lady arrives in your life. All of the seeds you've planted are coming to life, and there are plenty more rewards to come. In a material sense, this card can represent financial security and comfort. It shows that there will be more than enough to go around. If you're making a business deal or setting intentions to create financial growth, this card indicates a considerable amount of monetary success. The lady can also usher in forms of abundance, opportunities, marriage proposals, and even birth of a child. She will help you respect nature and connect with its forces in order to have a genuinely supported journey through life. And so something that they're coming through now with is that she is abundant in love, and she is abundant in all things. Many of us have been doing, they're showing me the gardening, the electroculture gardening. And I was just out the other day. They're reminding me of this to give the message that I was out and I was winding the copper around the rods, and I wanted the abundance. And they said, don't forget the intention. As you do this, as you ask for abundance, this isn't just a personal thing. This isn't just for ourselves. We move past that. Share, and that was a promise that I made, that if this grows, and I understand this is a new way of gardening, that I'm going to share this with everybody, not just by spreading the message of the gardening tools, but by actually giving the beautiful blessings and the bounty of the garden as the tomatoes grow and the salads grow, that I'll share with everybody. And they're saying that this is what we're doing when we're embodying the dolphin medicine. When we're embodying this, and then we're using it as the shapeshifter, we are not lacking. We're not in that space of lacking. As soon as we embody this, we are the abundance, because we're just shifting the energy. And we've heard this many times by many great teachers, that we need to get out of the space of lack. To constantly focus on that and seeking to manifest it. We're taking ourselves out of the eternal presence of now, and we're in a situation where we're waiting for the manifest. We're putting it out to the universe, and we're waiting for the return at some point. When they say let it go, they mean let it all go. Once we realize there isn't a lack and there's no need to manifest, where we have to come into our fullness, is embodying these things and understanding the abundance is all around. It's just expanding awareness. Manifesting is actually an awakened consciousness, an awareness of recognizing what's already there. And so this is something that they want to bring, the fruits. We have this. We have the fruits within us. We have the seeds. We're always planting the seeds just by being centered in our being, sharing and loving, embodying the light, spreading the light, that there will never be a lack. And so they're pulling their energy back. I am very grateful for everybody allowing me to share this with you, and I hope that there's been something in these messages that can inspire in some way, and we can go out and reach out to each other today and share some of this beautiful love and light. So my many thanks. Much love and blessings, everyone.